Sit down, take a two and two, money till we get it. Wall, let it cool, was ain't talking. Money speak, all that bullshit, keep it. Run the side, run.
I'm JT Kelley, Esquire. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I didn't know you got a law degree.
No, Esquire as in like I'm a little kind of squire type of guy. Like, oh, an Esquire. You know, like I'm a little kind of scrappy little Esquire type of fella.
Okay.
That's my modus operandi here. My modus operandi. I got booked in Joplin, Missouri, Robert. I was supposed to headline, but I got bumped for a dry bar comedian headliner. Game recognized game. Love the dry bar comedian. So no pain in getting bumped to feature. But now I'm featuring for a comic at a brewery in Joplin, Missouri. I'm feeling like I'm Patrick Soroyce or something.
Hell yeah, dude. Just crushing it in the fucking Midwest. It sounds
I would love, I've talked to Martin Hinn has done this and Patrick Soroyce has done this. A couple comics I know have done this where they just work pretty much exclusively breweries on the road. Sam Castillo did it with Pat, where you book breweries and they pay well and people are happy to come out and see comedy. I pray for the love of God. I pray for the love of God that the fine men and women of Missouri are ready for me to take off my shirt for them. I pray to God. I pray to God Almighty that He has put the desire in their hearts to see me stick my finger in my belly button or squeeze my nipples and do a perfect Asian impression.
spot on.
I've been doing this joke about how my roommate saw a Chinese doctor that didn't speak any English, and I keep pretending like I'm going to do a Chinese impression, and just because people are on edge. And I keep the thing I keep saying on stage, I keep saying, no, I'm not going to do the Chinese impression, no matter how perfect and hilarious it would be. But yeah, I think that's funny.
Then you tease them. It's like, yeah, I'm an edging comic, you know.
I'm
not
edging.
edgy, but I like to edge my people.
I've been working on the same like 3 jokes that are like 3 stories I've been telling since I started doing mics in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And one of them's like an older joke about like I talked to you about it the other day where it's like I remembered how like I saw little people come into a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And I thought they were wrestlers. Let me tell you, God, again, this is a God-focused podcast. Wait, no, we rebranded from a Christian podcast recently, didn't we?
No, I thought we were still Christian.
Okay, my bad. Wow, I'm really ready to give it up. The Dwarf Extreme Wrestling organization or academy or whatever is doing dwarf wrestling in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm gonna go see him on the 10th here. 8 days.
Dude, you should. Did you ask if you could like MC?
Oh, I should
color commentary.
Without a doubt. They say you need a big guy in there. You know what they call? Do you know what little people call professional wrestling? I just found this out.
What?
They just call it wrestling. I'm just kidding. You thought I was gonna say big guy wrestling or something. No, they just call it wrestling. I remember one time I was talking to Colton Dowling and he was like, "Yeah, I was watching gay porn," and I was like, "Bro, ain't you just call it porn because you gay?" And he was like, "No, because if I say porn, that's like straight porn." And that's like a man and a woman. And I was like, wait, you watch that too? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, of course I do. Porn is porn.
That's when you built the cult and you're like, you're so closed-minded though. Porn is just porn. Gay porn, lesbian porn, straight porn. It's just porn, man.
It's all just, hey, open your eyes, dude. Quit the way you're dividing us with your bigotry. Take
the blinders. Buddy. Take the blinders off your eyes, you fucking horse. All right, porn is porn.
If someone is coming, it's porn. Okay, I don't care, man, woman, beast of land or sky. If they're coming, it's porn. Beast of land and sky. That's the things I don't eat as a pescatarian. I don't eat beasts of land and sky. Only the beast of the ocean wide. Actually, I'd like to talk to a homeschooler that only talks in like the way that like the Bible's described in kids' books.
Oh, yeah.
The beast of land and sky. And mankind. I don't hear people say mankind anymore. People say humankind now, baby. We're living in a world of humankind. I'd like to see a little more kind humans.
I've been hearing just more like human race or like the human species. They get too scientific.
You've seen that you can buy a blue check on Instagram now?
Yeah.
So one of my bros, a good buddy of mine, he got a blue check, and I DM'd him. And I congratulate blue checks faster than I can graduate like an engagement. I saw the blue check, and I was like, my G, congrats, dude! Like 2 thumbs up. And he's like, I'll be honest, I just paid $14.99 for it, and I was like, oh, okay, bet. And so I was like, I'll do that too. Fuck it. So like I went to go see how I could buy one, and it's like. It's just like the verified blue on Twitter where you can tell if someone's bought it or not. And I was like, oh, thank God I caught that just in time. Otherwise, I totally would have bought the blue check, and I totally would have pretended like I had no clue how I got it. Like I totally would have been like, oh yeah, I don't know, they just gave it to me. I don't maybe one of my old videos or something. I don't know why they decided to verify. It's 100% where I would have gone. So out of my mind thankful that I saw that you see that it's. I was like, really dodged that bullet there. I would have dug my own grave.
Is it like a different shade of blue, or
no? When you click it, it offers the same ability to you. It says, "Hey, you can also get a verified account for $14.99 a month." And I've been seeing some because I saw it. Honestly, bro, I saw it because someone's clearly went down the same path I did because I applied for it through like the Instagram app, but then at the end, it's like verify it now for $14.99. I was like, you played my ass. I thought I sent in articles where I mentioned and stuff like that. But I saw a comedian that I was like, damn, homeboy's verified? I was like, okay, hell yeah, Mr. No TV credits. Let's click what's going on your situation, Mr. Less than 3,000 followers. What's going on, Bubby? And so I go to his page and I click through it and I was like, oh yeah, he clearly bought it. Sam Harder thought of the funniest prank ever one time. There's this comedian that we all know and love that was on the Jay Leno show one time, but to be made fun of, not to perform comedy. And
like a video of him was just on it?
They brought him on to do an impression of William Shatner to William Shatner, and the impression was just horrible. It's incredible. Funny Guy Timmy. His name's Funny Guy Timmy. Nice guy. Really nice guy. But they had him on Jay Leno. Jay Leno laughed at him. Very mean bit, but hey, it was the early 2000s, baby. We were all mean. And Sam Harder said, we should buy Funny Guy Timmy like 40,000 Twitter followers and see what he does with it. Because they're bot followers that don't like engage with your shit or anything. And like, yeah. But I thought that was like the funniest bit on earth.
I mean, Travis Scott did it too.
Oh yeah. Well, it used to be online that you couldn't really tell the difference between bots or not. And when you had a more popular page, people would engage with it better. So like, What do you hear that the dead internet theory? That's what people who think that it's primarily bot. I think it's primarily bots online. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like I'm sure if you took away like truly inactive accounts, like someone might have had it for like a month or even like a couple of years, but it's like it hasn't been touched in like 5 years. Like it's been inactive more than it was active, or bots, or like the accounts the farmers make, which that's like the poor farmers where it's like they're having to make them manually and like it and shit. But anyways,
working themselves into the fucking grave, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you like took all those out of the equation, it would be like 40%. Left.
I think those numbers are. I think you're right there. We could be off, but like that just seems correct, right? Where a majority of the stuff online is just. I've been doing a little legwork, Robert. I've been trying to find a sovereign citizen, a free man on the land, or a flat earther to come on the show. The only person that's really engaged with me long enough for me to ask them if they'll come on the show is a flat earther on Reddit. He's just an anti-Semite though, so we don't want him on the show.
Yeah, I think that's the problem we've run into with a lot of other like topics we want to cover. Usually they have another topic of theirs that we don't want to cover.
The anti-Semitic things.
Well,
I'm pro-Semitic, man. I think Jews are like the second or third best race in existence.
Well, there's that other guy. Like the one episode we both collectively said we cannot put this out.
Who called himself the N-word?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who named himself Mr. Magical N-word and insisted he was a white guy, just to be for our listeners out there. Found this guy on TikTok that made his own number system that was just nuts. Messaged him. This guy was just a trip to talk to. I was like, we got to have him on the show. And the first few minutes was kind of funny. He was just saying stuff kind of out there. Within 5 minutes, he's talking about how he's calling himself the N-word and how he's named himself Mr. Magical N-word. And I was like, hey, like, let's not say that. We're going to bleep that out. He keeps saying it. I don't feel comfortable with it. And he's like, I don't want you to censor me. There's just this back and forth where it's like, oh, well, you're too mentally ill to really reason with. So I'm glad we talked to him, though. Lesson learned. Humminals. Yeah. That was the name of his numbers, was Humminals.
Yeah, sometimes you reach into the abyss and the abyss winks back at you, and I think that was one of those cases.
Yeah. I'm sure there's flat earther out there that aren't anti-Semitic. I'm sure there are, and I'd love to find them. I'd like to find a good old fashioned flat earther. I'd love to find a Jewish flat earther. That's what I'd like to find. Just so we can be for sure that he doesn't have some sort of hidden agenda there.
Let's go to Temple one Saturday and just have like a flat Earth T-shirt on. I don't know. Just we'll find a PNG image that's just like, no, this anyone would see this as like, yeah, that's the flat Earth, or like that's a flat Earth. We just wear the T-shirt and sit in the back and see who comes up to us.
Do you want to phone a Bible scholar and see why that's so popular?
What, flat Earth?
Why first off, flat earth is popular primarily among Christians and Muslim fundamentalists.
Yeah.
Secondly, Christian and Muslim fundamentalists seem to be the most anti-Semitic population in the world.
Well, no, going back to what you said, like Christian and Muslim fundamentalists.
Yeah.
Those two words together, it's like that's the red flag. It's like, yeah, these guys probably aren't crazy about any other religion in general, especially Judaism. Or no. Because Christians used to still eat kosher too.
I think Christians should eat kosher.
Yeah, I mean, they'd probably live longer, but
Seventh-day Adventist people live longer than like anybody else. Seventh-day Adventist, what David Koresh was.
Yeah, they ate kosher, and like they still had a lot of like the old kind of like Jewish lifestyle beliefs.
Jewish lifestyle beliefs is something I'm on board for. Pretty much any lifestyle belief that sounds like Mediterranean, eat olive oil, take naps, come every day, stuff like that,
Yeah.
I'm slurping up olive oil, fucking coming like it's my full-time job over here, trying to get into a sauna and an ice bath every single day. I say I do the hot and I do the cold. I gotta tense the muscles and relax the muscles. That's what I say. I feel like I'm getting worse at jiu-jitsu, Robert.
Well, have you been practicing?
Yeah, I've been practicing. I keep going.
Are you watching the tapes?
I'm watching the tapes.
Do you think you're like plateauing? Or is it genuinely
if this
like
is plateauing for me? Wow, yeah, that might be it. I think I've found exactly where I can operate in jiu-jitsu and I've completely plateaued. I think that is accurate, yeah.
I mean, is there like a certain move or a hold you're like, yeah, I used to be able to do this in Austin, but now it's just like I just fucking can't? Or you're just like, I'm not getting as good as like I used to be?
I just think that there was a time where if I was going almost every day or I was going 3 times a week, I usually go 3 to 5 times a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get a little better every time. Every Saturday when I do the open mat and I wrestle with people, a little bit better. And then it just kind of, I think plateaued is correct, where it's like, no, I'm not necessarily getting worse, right? But I am just not getting better. But I'm lifting weights, right? Lifting weights after this today, So I'm hoping adding a little bit like cardio and strength training will make me a little bit better. I want to be dangerous, baby. I want to be able to tackle a motherfucker. No,
but, I mean that was a big thing. Like my coaches used to tell me in grade school, and I mean even like my band director. And it's just one of those things. Like you just got to kind of like trust the process, and there's a few things where it's like you can reach out and be like, well, I really want to learn how to do this, or like. This area of jiu-jitsu, maybe it's a certain type of hold or, just specific technique that can kind of like break the plateau. So it's like, well, no, for me in guitar playing, I was like, well, you know what? Like, maybe I should learn like how to play jazz, because it's like, it's still guitar playing, but it's like, total left turn. And it kind of got me out of this plateau with my general playing. Cause it's like, well, now I have this whole like catalog of just other voicings and chords and just sensibility in general. And like when I brought it back to, rock and roll, it's like, yeah, like a lot of shit's easier now. And like, I am actually better at everything in general.
You're telling me to take breakdancing lessons.
No, what I'm saying is get out of Brazil, find I don't know, maybe Portuguese jiu-jitsu, or maybe take up a little taekwondo.
I think like a wrestling class.
Yeah, like good old American homoerotic wrestling.
Listen. Wrestling's no more homoerotic than jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is some of the gayest shits I've ever done in my entire life. Like in the top 5 gayest things on planet Earth that I've done. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be wrestling with like the gym I go to now, guys aren't shirtless. In fact, one guy took off his shirt in the mat, and the coach was like, "Hey, please put your shirt on." I was like, "Okay, weird, okay." But a lot of gyms, guys wrestle with each other shirtless. No, I'm the fattest guy in that place. But there's a more common thing in Austin, Texas, where guys wrestle shirtless.
Yeah.
And that's the gayest shit on earth. And I don't mind it. I mean, besides like having sex with a man or loving a man or like getting married to a man, a dude wrestling and with his shirt off with me, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is pretty. No disrespect towards it. I'll do it. I'm not out there being like, I don't wrestle with dudes if they're shirtless because it's gay. I'm like, no.
Top 5 gayest things. Number 5. BJJ shirtless.
BJJ. My wife just brought me a Sonic drink.
Nice.
Wow. I love it. You can go and you can get sugar-free syrups added to your Diet Dr. Pepper, and you just take it up a notch.
Yeah. For lunch today, Katie's out of town.
Nice.
I got the house to myself.
Jacking off in the living room.
Yes. I mean, it's like right before I go to bed, and then right as I wake up, it's just the crank is being yanked.
Bookend your days with something that makes you feel like a man. Yeah.
No, so I don't know if this is the same with you, like out in Tulsa or maybe back in Austin before you moved, but like out here in like at least my neighborhood in Nashville, it's just like all the fast food places, they're still understaffed. Like it's 2020.
Yeah.
And like I drove to Sonic today trying to get some their popcorn chicken and like a Dr. Pepper, and I wait like 10 minutes, in the little spot, waiting for it to guy come on, and he was like, "Hey, welcome to Sonic. It's going to be about 25 minutes until I can take your order." I was just like, "Okay." I just pulled the fuck out. I mean, and
yeah, that's all of them right now.
Yeah. Then I go to, and this is where I'm kind of ashamed of myself. I went to Burger King next.
Burger King's delicious. You don't like burger? That's my Joe Biden whisper. Burger King's delicious. You don't like Burger King? You don't like Burger King? No, I can't do a Joe Biden. I want to do a Joe Biden impression about Burger King. I can't pull the trigger. You're telling me, buddy, that you don't like Burger King? I got news for you. Burger King's delicious. That's the truth. That's the truth of the fast food situation right now. Not great. But did you get a Burger King? You get the long sandwich?
No, so the only thing I still get from Burger King, like for the once in a 3 years I go, is the chicken fries.
Oh, that shit's good.
Yeah.
That shit's good. So, you're out in Nashville where the most recent... You waited 20 minutes at Burger King too?
Yeah.
Oh, the whole world is playing you. The whole world. You're a little fiddle between those fast food joints, and they're just diggity ding ding ding. All those chords right on you, brother.
They brazened me up like their fucking bow, and played me like a fucking fiddle.
Yeah, god damn. Dude, Taco Bell is about to drive your ass down to Georgia, make you fucking compete with the devil. That's how hard they're playing your ass.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. You're in the Nashville. It's where the most recent school shooting was, or at least the one. That's the most recent school shooting, right?
I mean, it was Monday. I hope it's still the most recent one.
I think it's the most recent. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the most recent one.
Uh-huh.
There's some outliers in this. Not only is it like a 28-year-old, more than likely it was a trans person.
Yeah. Yeah, they confirmed that the shooter was they identified as trans.
Are you watching the internet go crazy about this? I am. I'm watching the internet go insane about this. And I don't mean to sound like, ice cold about it. 6 people lost their lives. That's fucking heartbreaking. That's not even the craziest school shooting this year, though. That's the thing is like, I'm like, damn, this one's taking up a lot of public space. It's not even the most wild one. Not even the most wild one. But yeah, I'm watching people, and here's the thing: I'm a demon, so I'm like, wow, I got to hear everyone's opinion on this because I love to hear people talk about it. At the same time, I'm like, damn, am I part of the problem that I keep listening to people's opinions on this, that I keep trying to say, I wonder what this person has to say about it.
Yeah, I think I mean that's what I thought. I even said this to one of my coworkers, and like she has like 2 little girls of her own. Like her oldest daughter is 5. So it was really just a matter of her being in like, well, it's a private Christian school that got shut up, but just like if she had decided to have her kid go to like a Christian school, like she could have very well been there. But the first thing I said was like, well, I mean, I guess we could look on the bright side. Like the cops actually came in timely and it was only 6.
There's the other 2 crazy aspects to this shooting is the police response, right? You watch the Parkland shooter cop run out of the building terrified. You watch Uvalde pigs just like shaking their boots outside, which I admit that's a human response, right? Obviously, your job is to be loaded with hot metal and to bounce on that shit. So it's weird that you didn't. I'd be scared. Everyone would be scared, right? Everyone would be scared. Like that's something that a lot of people pretend like, cops aren't also humans. They're also humans. They'd also have a human scared thing. The crazy thing, cops went in, smoked that fool immediately, which was like, good job, you smoked that fool. They just killed kids. Right on, do your thing. Right on. They released the footage of them smoking that fool immediately, which was like, whoa, that's rare. And they haven't released that person's manifesto, and usually that's like go-to. So I'm very online person. I've been reading everyone's hot takes because everyone seems to want to paint some sort of picture of society with this act of violence, and those things make it really weird and outlier for me. It's weird. It goes like, let's go. How have I seen the footage of the murderer being killed that quickly? I don't know. They dropped that footage hot and quick.
I think it's because the cops actually went in a timely fashion. They didn't wait 2 hours. Yeah. They didn't see the guy go in there like at Uvalde. Then they're like, gee, this one's a real head scratcher, Pete, huh? It's like, yeah, let's just wait out here. Call for backup.
Be scared in the hallways, yeah.
Tell them no rush.
Yeah. That I think you're right. That's my kind of hot take too. Is like I think they dropped the footage because they were like, dude, we got a rare account of a cop just going in and
we might be understaffed, underfunded as fuck here in Metro Nashville, but we fucking pop that fool like it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, they straight up like the video, like they're running up the stairway and they're doing that whole like grabbing each other's shoulders. Like they're about it. I talked to my wife about this the other day where it's like so many dudes think that they're about to go like full John Wick. I'm one of those dudes too. Like you have that delusion where it's like, hey dude, the second something dangerous, I'm going to go full John Wick on a motherfucker. But 9 times out of 10, you got guys that will just stand in the hallway like in Uvalde, scared out of all fucking, which realistically, I'm more like one of those guys than not, right? I'm going to be in the hallway scared. I'm not going to actually fucking John Wick and kick through a window and, smoke some fucking school shooter square between the eyes and, be the hero in the newspaper the next day. But most dudes think they would. And, cops are most dudes. Most dudes think they would, and they would stand. What actually would happen is they would stand in the hallway scared. But those Nashville fools really got juiced on it. They really said, "Oh shit, this is us." Then they dropped that footage. They said, "Yeah, look at our boys." And it's like, yeah, we got to admit, your boys really crushed it. We can't even lie. Your boys really did crush that shit. They would
like, yeah, we let illegal street racing run rampant in this town. But yeah, when you pull out the Glock, your ass gonna get stopped. That's my biggest joke though, is because like the biggest issue with, I would say like the most common crime, and some people wouldn't even call this a crime depending on if you're a fan of Fast and the Furious or not. Mm-hmm. But it's like street racing, like traffic.
I don't mean to sound like a stickler here, Robert. I'm pretty sure it was a crime in Fast and Furious too, though. Respectfully, brother. I'm pretty sure it was still a crime in Fast and Furious. They just didn't mind that it was a crime. That was like a part of the fun for them.
Yeah.
Sorry for I know I sound like a well actually there, but did want to clear things up. I've never actually seen Fast and Furious, but I think it exists in a universe where car racing is still, illegal.
Yeah. But no, like I've been in the middle of like midday evening traffic on like interstates here in town, and it's just like, and like 2 Audis just fucking zoom by like going zigzag all across the lanes, like motorcycles, like no cops to be found. Katie and I have lived here for over a year now, and like we've only maybe seen like 2 people get pulled over for like speeding or just reckless driving, or even like it's like a car wreck.
Wow.
And like at Katie's job, the bank, like they hire a lot of like ex-cops and like retired cops.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them say it's like, yeah, like they were massively like understaffed. And so kind of the first, like it's usually the small petty crimes that kind of like get ignored first. But it got to the point where it's just like, yeah, no one wants to do like their traffic beat, or like they got rid of the quotas because they know it's just like they don't have time to fill them with like the staff they have.
Man, lawless. Finally, you know what's crazy what's going on in Austin is, I hate to sound like an I told you so guy, but like, you know, I knew that defunding the police wasn't actually going to stop the police. Police do whatever they want, right? And what's crazy is we defunded the police, and so the governor of Texas says, "Oh, you defunded local police? I'm going to fill it with state troopers now." And now state troopers are like arresting people for small amounts of weed all throughout Austin. And it's like, I think, you know, the ideas behind defund the police were like, yeah, let's use those city resources in better areas. But first off, they've devoted those into better areas, and then the police just raise their budget again. Like, that just doesn't work. They do it every time. You're not going to tell the police no. Police are in charge of you, buddy. They're the ones with the guns, buddy. But yeah, now you got state troopers rampant running around, running that town. Terrifying. I've been in Oklahoma like 8 months or some shit like that now, brother.
Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. What would you say is the best? All right. Best thing, worst thing. Go.
The traffic is non-existent. Traffic is so nice. There's no traffic. Everything is very affordable. The worst thing is it is a small college town. It's a small college town.
Would you say smaller than like a Denton, Texas?
It is. Denton, Texas would be very, very... The thing is, in Denton, you can drive less than an hour and get to Dallas. Here, I guess Oklahoma City's like 90 minutes, but still Oklahoma City, you know?
Yeah, it's not Dallas.
Not Dallas. Dallas is very much Oklahoma.
One sports team.
Yeah, Dallas is very much like Oklahoma.
So to say, and Russell Westbrook is not with the Thunder anymore.
I don't know what that means.
Or Kevin Durant.
Oh, Kevin Durant. That's a basketball team.
Yeah, OKC Thunder.
Are they still a team?
Yeah, they're still around. Just
really.
Well, it's just
in
like,
the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oklahoma City Thunder is a team in the NBA. God, Oklahoma is such a bad state. I didn't even know that was a team. I'm Googling NBA teams and seeing how many I've heard of now.
I mean,
now what's best and worst in, okay, so there's 32 teams. I know Lakers, Golden State Warriors, of course, Dallas Mavericks, yes, Boston Celtics, Phoenix Suns, yes, but that is like one of the lowest on my radar, for sure. Phoenix Suns they're not one of the top teams, right? Phoenix Suns are no good.
Not ever since Charles Barkley left.
LA Clippers, hilarious that Los Angeles has more than one basketball team. Milwaukee Bucks, yes, but only because I telemarketed one of their affiliates. New Orleans Pelicans, yes, but only because of Chris Tellez. Chicago Bulls, of course. The Minnesota Timberwolves, that one sounds fake.
What about the Memphis Grizzlies?
I see them on the list, but I've never heard of them either. Toronto Raptors, yes, but I honestly was not sure if that was a real team. Definitely didn't know it was an NBA team. Philadelphia 76ers, no way.
Yeah, and that's like an old team too.
And they're still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one that like Dr. J played on.
I didn't know that the Brooklyn Nets was a thing. The Nets. I thought everyone was always saying the Mets. The Mets are a team too, right?
Yeah, they're New York Mets. That's baseball. They're
there's
based
also
out of
the
Queens.
Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Cleveland Cavaliers. I knew that was a team, but the Cavs are bad, right?
Yeah. I mean, just it's basically, is LeBron on the team currently?
I don't know. Trailblazers, I knew was a team. Utah
Yeah.
Jazz, I knew that was a team. Atlanta Hawks, yes, absolutely. The Charlotte Hornets, no, I thought that was a WNBA team.
That's Michael Jordan's team too.
Michael Jordan is not playing basketball anymore. That's bullshit.
No, he's like one. I think he's the owner or part
Okay.
owner. Yeah,
Of the Charlotte Hornets?
yeah.
Man, if I was him, I would own the Houston Bulls. That's what I would do if I was Michael Jordan.
The Houston Rockets.
Washington Wizards?
Yeah,
That's dope. That's my favorite team. I'm going to go to their page.
Jordan
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Played for them for a year.
Okay, so they used to be called the Washington Bullets. Oh wait, no, they didn't. That's just on Wikipedia, and I'm confused.
I was about to say it's like what changed that?
No, and their stadiums in Chinatown. The Wizards rule. What's their logo situation? Washington. I'm thinking because it's Washington, right? So I'm thinking stoner mezzled, scary wizard with an orb. You know what I mean? Washington Wizard logo. Boo! That's so boring. Their actual logo is an American flag, basketball.
Did you think it was Washington as in the state or Washington D.C.?
Oh, this is DC Wizards? That makes sense because we got a bunch of wizard reptilians running this country. Am I right, brother? No, they should be called the DC Wizards. Actually, DC Wizards are already taken by a certain lodge of Freemasonry running this fucking country. The DC Wizards? That's what I call the Senate. That's what I call the Senate. My mic just muted me. Oh, that's the West. The Washington Wizards are trying to silence me, man. Not the Washington Wizards that I know and love the team. The Washington Lizards. See that little Freudian slip? The Washington Lizards. Okay. No way. The DC team's called the Wizards. Have QAnon people found out about this?
I don't think any of them watch basketball because they're all white.
Oh, hang on. How dare you? There's not there. So okay. I have met so many traditional Mexican and Black American QAnon conspiracy theorists. That's what's beautiful about this great nation. Okay, you can come from any background, you can come from any level of class in society, and you can look at the government and say those are pedophiles that want to eat my baby. Okay, you can come from anywhere in the world and think that.
But I don't think they subscribed. I wouldn't peg them as they follow this QAnon online fucking treasure hunt.
Yeah, no, that is mostly a white people thing. It is. You're right. I think you're probably right about that. Particular type of white person too.
What about the Washington Commanders?
That's a team for who?
That's the Redskins' new mascot.
Oh, okay, but they're not the Redskins anymore. It's a football team.
Yeah, they're the Commanders.
Interesting. There was a little book one time that I read. I think it was called Masked Gods, but I might be confusing it with another book. That was about how American Indian people not at first, but at a time in the 50s and 60s, loved American things being named after them. And then this very academic kind of hey, just naming stuff after us isn't tight. It's actually kind of lame. And now you would say, hey, don't name your beach resort after the tribe that you wiped out to put that resort there, right? I think that's interesting. One time I tried to bring that up to a native person that I worked with, and I think she kind of misunderstood what I was saying in general and got really mad at me. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have just talked to her about it anyways. Point is, crazy how long they called that team the Redskins.
Yeah.
But I do like the Washington Wizards. I do like that they're in DC. I would like to see more scary wizard iconography. The DC Wizards. Oh man, I know who the DC Wizards are. It's a PR group.
You know who the real wizards are.
Yeah. Oh, I call them the House and the Senate. That's who the real the DC lizards, the DC evil lizards. Man, yeah, I would like to see more wizard iconography. I'd like to see them do spells. I'd like to see witches be involved. Oh, what if their cheerleaders were all sexy witches? I'm just Googling Washington Wizard cheerleaders. Do you think they're all sexy cheerleaders? No. Boo, they're not. They're just normal girls. Oh, it's actually, no, they're all 50 and older. Okay, wow, that is interesting. You know about this?
No.
Yeah. Washington Post reported on it in 2019. The Wizards 50 and older dance squad. All right. Washington Wizards, you put a little spell on me getting those moms on the in the paint like that. Don't mind it. Washington D.C. Wizards. Yeah, okay. So I need to talk to the Wizards. We need to get me on the line with them because what we need a lot of scary dark wizard iconography. I want their jerseys to look like, a 90s pot dealer's posters in an apartment. And then their cheerleaders should be sexy witches with witch hats and warts all over their face. And they should be scary.
They study Wicca. And
they study Wicca. Cheerleaders should also be really mean to the crowd, and they should try to step on you and spit in your mouth.
They try to tell your star sign.
Yeah, they ask your sign, and then when you try to tell, they just kind of talk over you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're talking. I'm back into sports. All right, we're moving on from a Christian podcast into a sports podcast.
Specifically, Washington Wizards, though.
Okay, hang on. There is another team called the NBA Academy Africa. Oh, it's a training center in Senegal. Never mind. Yeah, it's just how they farm players from Africa. Farm probably sounds like a bad word in that context. Maybe recruit and train.
Yeah, I think it's just like outreach.
Let's say outreach instead of the word I used for people.
Farm.
Well, just kind of the
farming point guards out in Uganda.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie, The Bright Side? Or not The Bright Side, The Blindside?
Oh, the football?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like a decade ago.
Bro, watched it for the first time recently. I'll be straight with you. It was pretty touching for the most part. I get that white saviorism is a real ass thing, and it's yeah, dude, it's a little bit of cringe. Then at the end, they address these allegations to where the parents were just trying to groom the perfect center for the college that they both went to and loved, and I was like, oh shit, that's exactly what happened. And I was like, they had to address this in the movie because they very clearly just wanted to groom the perfect center for the college program that they both love. And they saw a massive 16-year-old black homeless kid, and they said, hey, room and board to play football? And he's like, okay, if you want me to. And they were like, we want you to. We really want you to.
They crunched the numbers and they found it cheaper to do that rather than just donate the money for naming rights on a dorm.
Yeah.
If we can get this kid to get him a title or at least get him to the Rose Bowl, they'll probably let us name the freshman dorm after us.
Yeah, I'm going to Google what Blindside couple name. Who is it? Leanne Tui. Oh, that's right. And hey, it was a touching movie. It was a touching movie. I'm gonna Google Tui.
Was that Sandra Bullock?
Yeah, or one of them. It was either Sandra Bullock or Julia Roberts. It was one of those. I don't mean to sound dismissive. I'm sure those are hardworking women. Or they're me, man. I worked for Sandra Bullock. I'm familiar with the industry.
Yeah, she's your aunt, right?
My little auntie. Tennessee college name. Let's see. Rebels name. Yeah, they did get something named after them. They got the Tui.
Oh man.
Oh wow, incredible! Wow, you are 100% right. They got to name one of their little colleges or whatever after them.
Wait, what college was it for though? I don't remember.
Tennessee something. Let me find it. 115 Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Wow, I would love to own franchises. You have to be rich to own franchises, though. You know that? What?
Here, let me see. Yeah, I'm reading the Wikipedia page. After thinking things over and questioning Leanne, Michael tells Granger he chose Ole Miss. Yeah, that's even worse. He went to Ole Miss. They're still called the Rebels. They made a black kid become great at sports and then make him go to fucking Ole Miss, like fucking slave traders.
I play for the Rebels now. Yes, you do. Yes, you do play for the Rebels now. That is something. Wow. I'll be honest. I don't necessarily love this country, but I love this country. Yeah. You go, wow, this is special. This is magic, you know? This is special. I'm on how many teams at Ole Miss? Oh, what's the hottie toddy cheer? Ole Miss lyrics. Are you ready? Hell yes. Damn right. Hottie toddy. Gosh almighty. Who in the hell are we? Hey, flim flam bim bam. Ole Miss by damn. Wow. That is bad. Yeah, here's the thing. A lot of old stuff just sucks. And they made new stuff to be better than flim flam, hot damn, call us the rebels. You know, have you seen RoboCop? Name a sports team after the freaking RoboCop. That guy's way cooler than the Confederates.
For real. You know, I went to an LSU game back in like 2012 because I was thinking about going to LSU, and one of my friends, she had season tickets, but she was like, yeah, if you want to go to like one of the home games, just let me know.
Nice.
And it was purely just like I think it was the weekend before Thanksgiving break. So I was like, let's choose this one. It was Ole Miss. And like I straight up saw like 3 different guys with like rebel flags wrapped around like a cape. And just like the most pissed off like Metro police officers that just like mean mugging him. I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if like a fight breaks out, they are not helping his white ass up.
My friend Kyle went to Ole Miss, and he said getting arrested for being drunk is just like a part of going to school there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is very funny. Like, getting arrested for being drunk is just a part of being a man in Texas, baby. There's no college about it. There's no getting arrested for being drunk is just a part of you. That's how you know you're living.
They're like getting arrested for being drunk. That's how you get your stars, and then having to take a whole semester again because you were too drunk to pass. That's getting your bars. Welcome to Ole Miss.
Welcome to Ole Miss. Mount Omen. We got. Let's just say we got ourselves a very good sports team. We don't found ourselves very good. Well, what did you major in? Plantation owning. My good sir, I have myself a master's in home economic, if you will.
No, they call the major laborer management. It's like laborers. Yeah, field laborers.
Oh man, I'd love to get Jimmy Tibbs' take on sports
from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I would love that. I told you about losing a friend because of Jimmy Tibbs. Yeah,
there was Was it after the? No, it was because of the bio he wrote for me.
It was because of the bio he wrote for me. Yeah, I said, we had to adjust the bio. Obviously, I wouldn't use that bio for anything. It was a little too much. Frankly, it was just a little too much.
I mean, it's funny as shit.
Oh, like, hilarious.
It deserved to be posted to be like, witness me and this right now, Lord.
Yeah.
But
I need the world to see it.
Wouldn't officially like submit it for anything. Not in good conscience.
I just got your message on. Oh my god! On Instagram. Oh my god.
Oh, are you?
Oh my god.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw. So there's a really good bit that I can't tell if it's a bit or not. That I would really like to know if it was a bit. So I went to go see Rory Scovel when I first moved to Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a caricature artist there. You pay like $5 or $10. You know, caricature artist, Robert? Like you sit down and they do a silly photo of you.
Yeah. It's usually like pay $10, sit here for 20 minutes, and it's like a big, goofy, big head kind of portrait. So
we go see a caricature artist. Then we sit down, and the guy's like, "What are you guys into? I can do it as a part of your caricature." And I give this guy tons of ammo. I say, oh, I like karate. I wear a little karate outfit. She likes fucking me in the ass. She likes to wear a strap on and fuck me in the ass. And I was like, sometimes we ride tandem bicycles. We ran tandem bicycles. We wrestle with each other. Hey, we both entered hot dog eating contests in the past year. I was just saying things that he could get really silly scenarios out of, right? We sit there. He does his caricatures. What he does is he just does us as beans. And that's the bit. And we sat there and paid this fool. And I look at the caricature and I go, oh, you just did us as beans. And then in the corner it says human beings. And that's the bit. He just draws, screenshot this. We're going to throw it. If you want to see what I'm talking about, it's on the Instagram page. It's on the Instagram page. Check it out. Okay. Frankly, the bit's hilarious. I'm on board with the bit. But I couldn't tell. I was like, is this the bit where it's like, yeah, you sit down, you tell me your interest, and then I just draw your ass as beans? Or if the bit is like, I don't know. That made me laugh so hard though. He got my ass so good. Where I was like, oh dude, yeah, I like to wear karate outfits. She likes to peg me. She likes to peg me. I gave him so much, like, oh, you're gonna give us a silly caricature, little portrait.
It's gonna be like,
he just drew us as beans, and I was like, oh, wow, that is meta. But that's what he's doing to everybody. Everyone that sat down, he just drew them as beans, and I was like, oh, the bit is asking us what we want, but you're just gonna draw us as beans. Hilarious.
Was he at the show, or like
he was paid by the venue to be there? He's a comedian too.
Okay. Because I mean, I was about to say, like, I've heard that bit though from like almost every sitcom where it's like, oh, can you draw me like this, or like, exactly what you said. It's like you tell them it's like what you like, or they're just like, oh, you like dune buggies? It's like, no, like I don't really like off-roading, and they're like, everyone likes dune buggies, and like they're finishing up a dune buggy like that you're riding in. Like I was fully ready for you to be like, yeah, and he just put us in a fucking dune buggy like with milkshakes, like nothing what I told him. But then you pull out the fucking beans.
Hey, we're just beans. And that is a pretty good bit. And everyone did get beans, and everyone that I saw a couple of the people that got it, also got the word human beings written on their piece of paper. So I mean, I recognize the bit. I respect the bit a lot. I really respect the bit. And I respect the scam. You got me to pay you money for that. I'm played. You played me. Good job.
Beaned.
I got absolutely beaned there. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good bit. Overall, pretty impressed by this guy for doing that. The funniest part is him asking, what are you guys into? Just so I can draw a good picture here. That's the funniest part is the setup there. And then him just beaning us.
It would be funny if you went back to him and he was like, no, that's not a bit. He's like, no, like that's seriously what I draw. It's like, but I could have told you anything. And he's like, yeah, I just like good conversation.
I would have just done beans.
He's like, I went to caricature university. My master was in beans.
I got my master's in beans.
Do you want to try and do another call, or you want to like just do them after?
I'll do a call and just record it.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
So, last topic before we get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. China. Potentially getting banned again. As I would say a micro influencer / celebrity on TikTok, what's your opinion? What are your feelings?
I think we should ban them all. We should ban Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I think we should ban the internet. I think we should ban podcasts.
That's a really hot take.
Yeah, we don't need podcasts or TV or radio. I think we need books and fear.
And sermons.
Yeah, sermons. But who's that guy? Sinners in the hands of an angry God, Jonathan Edwards. That guy type of sermons.
Oh,
you are but a spider being held over the pits of hell, one finger lift from God would put you into eternal hell, which you deserve. That type of shit. You know?
Yeah.
What about
So
you? What do you think?
I would be, first off, if I would be very surprised if it actually went through with like the actual banning of just like TikTok across the nations. Like, no, it has been banned. It's getting taken off the app platforms, because the argument can be made. It's like, well, no, this is like an open forum. Like, you're restricting free speech by banning it. Like, they haven't done anything inherently wrong. It's just that fear that it's like it's got a Chinese parent company tied to it, you know?
You know what? I think Chinese people are probably pretty good parents. That's my opinion. I think Chinese people should be allowed to be parents of children, of companies.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and the other thing is when Trump tried to ban it back in like 2020, 2021, like they were already like migrating TikTok servers over to Oracle.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, hey, like, guys, like we've been here before, you know?
Not a real threat to, national security or anything of that nature. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
I mean,
It's a thing for people to argue about.
Well, it's like when I forget who said it from the side of the U.S. government, but they were worried that TikTok could influence future elections and pay.
Ironic, right?
Yeah, fucking real, Mark.
No. Ironic. Yeah, I mean, for sure. That's like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. They all influence elections, tons. And people can buy ads and lie and do all that types of shit on all of them. And they do, and they have. Cambridge Analytica. It's a real ass. It's not like some weird fringe conspiracy thing. It's just a real ass thing.
Yeah. I think it's just the whole thing that it's got the China tag on it. So they're like, no, we can take this one down though. Their money's no good in our pockets. Then they're like, did the check from Mark clear? And it's like, yes, sir. It's like, perfect.
Yeah, I like all the people that spoke out of it that had just bought tons and tons of meta stock.
Yeah. Or what if they came back and was like, look, we will make you TikTok famous. 1 million likes, 1 million followers instantly. You can post whatever dumbass video you want for like the next year. Basically, we'll make you TikTok famous for a year, Senator. And he's like, done.
I'd take that deal.
Yeah. It's like, TikTok's here to stay. I'm here to tell you that.
Oh, I'd have that deal in a moment. Oh yeah, I wish I could make that deal with TikTok right now. I wish I could shell for like China or something for Bitcoin. I wish I could get online and be like, Venezuela's society is perfect, and they give me like Bitcoin or something. You know what I mean? Or America. I'd get on there and be like, yo, United States is the best states. I love this.
You're just on there every day. The war on drugs is just, and we must continue.
You know what I need? A bigger war on terror. I hate terror.
Autocracy is a great theology.
Yeah, bro. For a few Bitcoin, you give me a few Bitcoins, dude. I'll believe whatever you believe. That's the goal of this podcast. We got to get enough followers to like get on here and be like, what's interesting about the oil spills is it's been shown to impact environments positively. People never want to talk about that. They're silencing conservative voices on this type
They actually become mineral-rich environments that will seep back into the earth and create more deposits. And ducks love it too.
Ducks go crazy for this stuff.
They go fucking crazy.
Ducks love. This is one secret that ducks wish you didn't know.
Yeah.
Run aside. Swerve, the rims is glistening. The guy see the wood cause the top is missing. I sleep on dreams cause it's paper I'm chasing. My roots come from Texas, this inflation. Run aside. Run aside. Run aside. Run aside. Run aside. one aside, one aside, one aside.